everyone, I'm Mike Schulte, and I'm here with Mr. Cluck Cluck and my new best friend, Wafoofy. And we're part of a kick-ass humanitarian effort to help promote vegetarianism in the third world countries, which is really, really important.
Yeah.
Okay, and speaking of really, really important, I have some good news. We've got a new podcast recording, which starts right now.
Brilliant.
Cluck, cluck.
Cluck, cluck.
Well, hello there, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Confused Breakfast Podcast.
Who is who?
Cluck Cluck was obviously the chicken.
Oh, okay.
Get it right.
I don't know, man.
Do you remember the pure joy of a trip to the video rental store as a kid?
Uh-huh.
The excitement of walking down the aisles, browsing the names and the artwork, and finally picking out the movie you were going to take home with you. Sure, it's hard to beat the ease of the modern era and streaming platforms where you don't even have to leave your house. But there was something truly special about making that trip with the girl who you want to be more than friends with, picking a movie out by hand and taking it home to watch as friends. On this podcast, we revisit and dissect some of our favorite childhood movies from that magical era to see if they still move us the way they did as kids. I'm your host, Mike Schulte. I'm Hollywood. I date fucking models. And joining me, as always, two dudes who are Jersey and ski in their jeans. Sean Pryor and AJ Benz, how the heck are you?
He's Jersey, skis in his jeans.
Come on, if you're not from like the Midwest or North, like you know what they're talking about when they're like the kid that skis in his jeans.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that kid.
I went snowboarding one time in my jeans, and it was the last time I ever went snowboarding.
turns out you don't look cool, even on the playground. I don't want snow pants. I don't want to wear snow pants. I just want to wear my jeans.
I can't move around like I want to. In them.
Yeah.
I feel like not Ralphie with his brother.
Yeah. So, boys, on this episode, we jump into Christmas season and talk about a movie that is more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard is.
Fuck, dude.
A movie,
What are we doing?
a movie starring Ryan Reynolds as his rise to fame was imminent. It's not a terrible Hallmark Christmas movie, but it sure teeters a razor-thin line. We're, of course, talking about 2005's Just Friends.
It's Wednesday morning. It's early. Way too early for you. You're probably sitting in traffic, like me. Why not have your coffee and bacon with the Confused Breakfast Boys? Good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Damn dang it.
Damn
Well,
dang
if
it.
you guys are new to the podcast, we will be reviewing this movie with a modern eye. But in order to do that properly, we got to talk about the first time we saw it. We got to talk about that nostalgia, and then we got to strip it away. AJ, tell us the first time you saw this movie, what your nostalgic rating is.
Never seen this movie, dude.
Yeah,
Come
right.
on.
Get out
At
of here.
all. That's not true at all.
It's not even funny.
You're right. It was a bad joke.
Yeah.
Cut that. No. Comedy Central. I'm going to say Comedy Central. For
I
some
don't think
reason,
we've said that yet.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think
I
we
don't
have.
know if it's necessarily a thing. Maybe, but yeah. Comedy Central. I remember this as like their movie of the week or something, and getting the little snippets of the scenes and the body shake and like the friend zone. You're back in the friend zone. That kind of stuff. And I remember seeing it. I remember watching it. I think I finally saw the full cut of it, not cut up with commercials and such. And I thought it was hilarious because I thought Ryan Reynolds was like, that's who every, not popular or not cool kid wanted to be. I could be Ryan
You
Reynolds.
were waiting for your moment.
And then you see him in this role, and you're like, yeah, I could turn it around too. Even though I didn't
Nope.
lose all the weight.
Still
Look at
waiting.
you. You're here, man.
Yep, here I am.
Yeah.
So, but I thought it was such a funny movie, man. I really enjoyed the jokes, the comedy. I felt like it's almost the first time I felt like I saw this kind of comedy and humor and laughed out loud.
Yes.
So, that being said, I have to give this a nostalgic rating of an 8.4.
Nice.
8.4, Sean. What about you, man?
Yeah, this is a movie that my brother and my mom would watch. It was like a comfort movie. We'd have like certain movies like Notting Hill. Surprisingly, was just like one of them. We would like just be winding down at the end of the day, and like, oh, let's watch a movie that we all think is really fun and funny. And so we watched this, and it was really fun and funny. Ryan Reynolds, as AJ said, is just the charmer of all charmers. And yeah, a lot of the jokes are just hilarious. So I'm gonna say I'm right around where AJ is. I'm an 8.2.
8.2. So the funniest thing about this for me was that I went on a cruise with 3 of my best friends in the whole world in 2006, something like that. And the cruise, if you've ever been on a cruise, they generally, maybe things have changed, but back then there was like 4 channels. One of them was like the cruise ship directory channel, see what's happening on the boat tonight. And the other one was just a movie channel that played Just Friends on a constant loop.
Wow.
So we had all never seen it. I was more of like I had just seen Waiting, so which ironically enough, Anna Faris is in it too. Anna Faris, whatever. Ryan Reynolds. So I was like, oh, I like this guy. I remember him from Ryan Reynolds. He's pretty awesome. And this movie came on. I'm like, nah, rom-com's not for me.
Yeah.
But we watched it so many times on that cruise ship that it just became the joke of the cruise ship and the quotes. And this is an unbelievable movie where it teeters that line of stupid rom-com, but yet it's like, it's almost like a change in the game. This was one of them where like, no, it can be great for everyone.
Yeah, it's like Wedding Singer on that level, kind of.
It can be cool for all of us. We don't just have to make this a chick flick. So I loved it. I was a 9 nostalgically, so that's going to take us pretty high.
Wow, yeah.
That's an 8.53 nostalgically. That is number 6 on our list of nostalgics.
Wow.
That is right below Mighty Ducks, right above Three Ninjas for a
Damn.
nostalgic rating.
Beating out Three Ninjas is pretty good.
So I'm gonna say, so we're gonna take that rating and we're gonna turn it into a modern day rating at the end. But first, we need to learn all the pertinent, important details of the movie. Sean, I'm sure there's not too much, but let's see what you got, man.
Not too much at all. Produced by Chris Bender, Bill Johnson, Michael O'Hoven, Jake Weiner, and J.C. Spink. It doesn't matter.
Spanks.
Written by Adam Tex Davis. Cinematography by Anthony B. Richmond, who also did Legally Blonde, The Rocker, John Tucker Must Die, excellent Tales from the Hood, excellent Ravenous, excellent Cherry Falls, masterpiece Candyman, and another masterpiece, The Sandlot.
Damn.
Edited by Jeff Freeman, Paul Blart. Music by Jeff Cardoni. Directed by Roger Kumble, who also did Cruel Intentions, The Sweetest Thing, and lots of TV.
Don't ever say that name wrong. Okay.
Is Kumble?
Let's not try.
Yeah.
Detective John Cumble.
Gumball.
Okay.
Cast: Ryan Reynolds, Amy Smart, Anna Faris, Chris Klein, Christopher Marquette, Ty Olson, Fred Iwanick, Amy Matisio, Stephen Root, and the great Julie Haggerty. The film was inspired by writer Adam Davis' real-life experience of being in the friend zone. The film was shot in L.A. and Moose Jaw and Regina, Saskatchewan.
Regina.
Okay. Yeah. I see Regina.
It's Regina.
Okay.
Regina.
Yeah.
The film was released on November 23rd, 2005 and made $50.9 million at the box office. That is my segment.
How much did they make it on?
Didn't say. I couldn't find it.
But I'm sure not terribly too much.
I assume maybe 15, 20 million.
Yeah. Because not many of those people were like giant, huge stars really at that point. I mean, they were on their way. A lot of them were. Crazy. Well,
that's it.
That's all.
It's
That
all
is
right,
it.
man. We know that you guys out there, you love this show. We know you have a friend like the story I just told that you used to watch this with them, whether it's your brother, your parents, or your buddy. Hit the little share icon. Send them this app. Say, you got to listen to this episode. That's one of the best ways you can help support us. You can also go to confusedbreakfast.com if you want to check out all of our ratings. We've got everything on there, individual, group ratings, if you want to see how that stacks up. And if you're caught up on all the episodes, you want more, we got YouTube videos for all of these. You can check us out there. Total different experience. You can also go to Patreon for nearly 100 extra hours of bonus audio that you could log in right now, and you could just go. If you got a long trip coming up for the holidays, that's a great way to support us and also keep you going on your journey. So patreon.com/confusedbreakfast. Up next, we got AJ. He does the research for us. He does the ratings, the reviews. We got to know what critics and fans thought about this movie. What do you got, man?
Let's do it. We love to start at the right place, the right time.
Yes.
The tomato
meter.
Gross. Kind of is, apparently.
Oh, no.
According to Rotten Tomatoes, this is a 42% splat.
That's bottom 20 of any movie we've done. That is tied with Rad.
What?
Wow.
Just below Mortal Kombat, which was 44. And just above Tommy Boy, that is a friendly reminder that the critics thought Tommy Boy was a 41%.
Okay.
Just a friendly reminder.
Wow.
Don't trust the critics.
No.
Well, audiences disagree at 71%. They definitely enjoyed it more. IMDb gave it a 6.2. That's what that's averaging out to be.
That doesn't sound bad. Like you're like, oh, 6.2. Because
Yeah.
I think our ratings are better than IMDb for the most part. But a 6.2, that's our 10th lowest movie we've done. That is tied with last week's movie, Kindergarten Cop,
Wow.
as far as fans.
Yeah,
Wow.
like a 6.2 to us is like, yeah, this was fun.
Pretty
That was
good
a good movie.
Ah, whatever.
I really liked it.
Them is just like smear this.
Yeah.
Smear this fucking movie.
Smear campaign. When's our smear campaign start?
Today.
Is it still going?
Yep.
Can I jump in on that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Go for it.
Okay, perfect. The Boston Globe, Ty Burr gave it a 63 out of 100. Funnier than any low-rent ripoff of There's Something About Mary has a right to be. It's crass, it's unsophisticated, it aims right for the slapsticky pleasure center of the under-30 moviegoer's brain. So, sue me, I laughed.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, I agree with him.
You know?
I like that.
Roger Ebert did not.
Yeah.
Chicago Sun-Times, Roger Ebert, Rajib,
Rajibs.
R.E. Is that who all those emails go to? Okay.
God damn.
There is not a spark of chemistry between Chris and Jamie, although the plot clearly requires them to fall in love. There is so much chemistry involved with the Anna Faris character, however, that she can set off multiple chain reactions with herself, if you see what I mean.
No.
No, I
I
don't.
don't see
No.
anything what you're saying right
It's funny. We really disagree with you. All right?
Most of the time.
Most of the
now.
time.
Jesus. People pay you money.
People pay you money. They still pay you money.
He's
Pay
dead.
us the money. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
R.I.P. in peace, Raj.
Raj.
R.I.P. in peace, R.E.
Oh. 5 out of 10. I didn't get to the end of it. Thanks for writing a review. Sir,
Thank you.
I found the character all douchebags. It was hard to enjoy the root for any of them, and none of them were that likable, to be fair. I don't know if the lad I watched it was picked it so I would take a hint from the title of he genuinely, there's two ofs. He genuinely thinks it's a good comedy. Either way, it wasn't for me.
I have no idea.
Did you get any of what I just
No.
said?
My friend, you know that time you spent where you didn't watch the rest of this movie? Go to school. What's the matter with you?
Ugh. That was Sarah Woodhead.
Sorry, ma'am. Go back to school, please.
Yes.
Local community college will take you, and you can learn.
Yep.
Is it like you didn't see any of the characters' arcs, if there are any for you, like
Yeah.
even come to fruition or even give it a chance?
Hold on, you're telling me that most movies, like there are like characters change as the movie goes?
You know,
what?
You know, if you're sitting next to someone when watching a movie and they're like, "Why is he doing that?" The movie's probably gonna fucking tell you if you just wait a minute.
It's like, wait, who is that? We haven't been introduced yet. Like,
Why do you think I know? I'm a viewer just like you.
I just want to watch the movie.
It's like Darth Vader coming on screen and be like, "Is that the bad guy?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Does the music not give it away?
We should redo Darth Vader's entrance, but with like "I want candy" or something like that. Just see if it changes.
I'm too sexy. As his helmet's coming on.
Yes.
That would be really
We're
awesome.
making great gold here, guys. You're just watching.
You're
You're,
here
you're a
for-
part of it.
You're in the friend zone with
You're
us, guys.
deep. Oh.
With benefits.
If you're a Patreon member.
Let's see. Here's. I want to do some good ones here, and I'll give you. Let's see. Forgiveness is more than saying sorry. 10 out of 10.
Yes.
This is a good romantic comedy that I fell in love with back in 2005. I think after the Van Wilders, this movie was a good comedy follow-up. Thank you.
All right.
Forgiveness is
Thank
more
you.
than saying sorry.
Cool.
And then ignore the bad reviews if they leave on a cliffhanger in the title.
Oh.
10 out of 10. If you like a bit of silly humor, Ryan Reynolds, and a movie that allows you to detach for a bit. This is a good go-to movie for me when I need a pick-me-up. Completely nonsensical, good, feel-good humor. Watching it right now with the kids who are getting their absolute kill.
Beautiful.
All right.
Excuse me, what?
I don't know the last part. It was kind of an awkward end, but that's fine.
He's killing with his kids.
He's killing it.
Yeah,
He's
cool.
killing it.
Yeah.
Last one, 10 out of 10. This was in September 2006. Bluesbeard McDoozle drummer fan 69420 said, I saw
Is
this
that
movie
you?
for the first time on a cruise and saw it with my friends, and certainly we were just friends. The perfect comedy, romance in my opinion, packed with great entertaining dialogue, charm, the unfortunate friend zone, and solid story. I love Just Friends, and so we saw it probably 40 times on the cruise. I never get tired of it. A bit awkward and unorthodox, but so worth it.
How the hell did you just make that up? Are you reading something? I did not write that.
You didn't?
No.
I
What's the
swear.
username again? Tell me what it is.
It's right there. Yeah, it's
Tell me the username
What's
again. Play
happening?
the tape back. What's the username?
Bluesbeard McDoozle drummer fan 69420.
That's my name.
I didn't get my.
You found me. You caught me.
When
Got
did you
him.
write that? When did you write? When
I
did,
didn't write
You
that.
sure? You did, didn't you?
What the fuck
is there a
going
bit
on?
going on?
No, I don't know. I think AJ's. I seriously didn't write it.
I don't know.
That's not my username. AJ's just really good at making stuff up on the spot.
September 2006, is that right, or is that? All right, well, that's all I got,
Let me
guys.
fucking see it.
Give it to Sean. Give Sean your phone. Oh, I deleted it.
No, I don't know.
It just
Yeah, see?
disappeared. God damn it! You're a fucking asshole.
God damn it.
McDoozle.
I hate you. Is that all you got, AJ?
That's all I got.
Oh, well, we are
10 out of 10. So you don't need to
10 out of
even
10.
be here, right?
Yeah, that's not fair.
Well, that was a nostalgic score. It's 2006.
Ah,
so-
Oh,
true,
true.
You know,
True. That's
so-
very true. I didn't do a modern day score.
Right.
Although that was modern day. I don't know. Well, we are seconds away from reviewing this classic movie scene by scene with
That's
a
me.
modern eye. But first, we got to talk about the best whiskey in the world, Cedar Ridge whiskey, made right here in our backyard in Swisher, Iowa. It's the #1 whiskey in Iowa. It's making its way all over the country. I don't know about you, but my whiskey consumption goes up during the winter and around Christmas time.
It's warm.
That warm blanket that we always talk about with these old classic movies is a feeling we crave and we chase. I think the holiday spirit and the warmth of the season is enhanced by a good whiskey in your glass. You got to stop into your local liquor store, grab a bottle. If they don't have it, then demand at the top of your lungs.
Remember
that
when you
they
could
get it?
Remember when you could demand movies?
Yes.
Make a website and demand it.
Do
Call
all
the work.
Cause a major scene, then say thank you and quietly exit the store, and then go to cedarridgewhiskey.com to order some straight to your door. You won't be disappointed, and you'll be directly supporting a company that keeps your favorite podcast running and the lights on here in our new studios. We recommend the flagship bourbon. I think that is the way to go for the holidays, because that's going to be good. That's going to be good when your family comes over. Maybe they're not whiskey. That is a nice entry-level whiskey.
Yes.
Put it on the rocks, mix it with something, make some old fashions.
You bet.
For more information and ordering links, go to cedarridgewhiskey.com. The link is also at confusedbreakfast.com and in the episode notes, cedarridgewhiskey.com. You will not be disappointed. Please drink responsibly.
CedarRidgeWhiskey.com.
CedarRidgeWhiskey.com.
Well, boys, high school wasn't good to us.
Uh-huh.
We're overweight, don't have many friends, and our only friend is someone we would love to be more than friends with, but she put us deep, deep inside the friend zone.
Yep.
How dare her?
Yeah.
It's time to leave and make a new life for ourselves. Then we'll show them. So long, Sucktown. Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Happy Hanukkah. Here we go. So Chris Brander, an obese high school student in New Jersey, is in love with his best friend, Jamie Palomino. Chris attends Jamie's graduation party and confesses his feelings to her. Chris is publicly humiliated when she doesn't reciprocate his feelings, and the rest of the class makes fun of him. He leaves town to prove himself.
It's funny because he's fat.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Oh man, he's so fat and awkward. And he's such a friend. It's so funny.
I
he's
swear
fat. God, dude.
by the moon in the stars.
You're drawn in.
the sky.
You're drawn in right away when this is
I'll
happening.
be there.
It's like
You are.
it's his face and the way that the makeup is like moving with him.
He's manipulating that very well.
Yes.
And it's very well done. I think it's pretty well done anyways.
I did too. It took 4 hours to apply
Yeah.
on his face, and it was 12 pounds
Wow.
itself just laying there on his face. I read also that a fan was like on set when he was in the makeup,
Yeah.
and a fan went up to him and asked where Ryan Reynolds was because she wanted to meet him.
Oh, is this his trailer?
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
He's like, yeah, he's somewhere.
Yeah,
She didn't
yeah,
recognize him at
She
all.
looked right past him because of how fat he was.
Yes.
Yeah. Get used to it.
Yep.
I mean,
Get used to it.
Just the way it
That's-
is.
that's
guys.
life, you know?
That's-
I would give anything to be able to just spend hours on a prosthetic face and like turn into an old man or,
Yeah.
or like fatten up my face or something. Just that'd be so fun to just go around where no one knows you.
Yes.
Show them, just cause a fool of yourself.
That'd be yes.
But you're right. Ryan Reynolds, for me, this is like peak. I know that Ryan Reynolds has gone on to do some amazing things.
Like what?
Like X-Men 2.
Never seen it.
It was a good one.
Or whatever. Or X-Men.
Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine, sorry.
Wolverine. Yeah.
Origin stories.
Origins.
Yeah.
It was great.
But no, this is, for me, like, this is my favorite era of Ryan Reynolds. Waiting.
Same.
Van Wilder, where he's like, he's so freaking funny, and like his faces when he's in the bedroom and like Dusty comes in, if you just focus on him when Dusty's trying to play the guitar,
Yeah.
and he's like, like he's just kind of like, and then when he realizes that they got the wrong yearbook, oh my god, oh my god, that is, I don't know many other people that could have done some of this stuff
Yeah.
the way he did.
You're right. He's like a particularly kind of performer. Like he's very much his own, especially when he's doing like these outlandish comedies like Waiting or this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's fully his own, and I love watching it.
Mm-hmm. I can. It's this part of the movie, it just takes me back, guys. It just takes me back. Just eating soft cookies and drinking Diet Coke in your room. You
Yep.
know, just the way he's just like.
It's funny because he's fat.
it's just like, but it's also reminiscent, Sean. Okay.
That's why I think that's where Sean's going with this. Is he's not happy with the portrayal
Yeah.
of young Sean and young AJ.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Is what
that's,
he's not happy about this.
I think that's fair. It does suck, but it's
Yeah.
we
We were
him-
tortured, AJ.
I know.
Remember this.
I know.
Now look at us.
Like,
Look at us now.
yeah, totally different.
Shut up. You shut up, you beautiful fucking hunk
Look
of
at
man.
your shirt. Come on.
Jamie. So much better.
The shirt she gives him, like the Friends Forever or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the worst shirt I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
But he was willing to do anything.
Yeah, it's hard to watch. The suck up scenes, the simp, the hashtag simp scenes.
Hashtag.
Do you think, I thought as I was rewatching this, I was wondering if this movie was like the start of the Hallmark Christmas movie kind of a thing? Because this really is like, this is 2 or 3 actors away from being a shitty Hallmark Christmas movie, right? I mean, this is
100%.
essentially the plot of most Christmas movies.
Coming
but,
back to your hometown,
Yes.
successful person, yeah.
Right, but when do you think, so I had to look it up, I wondered when Hallmark Christmas movies started. Do you know when that officially was like a thing, that they started self-producing shitty Christmas movies that played all year long?
Maybe like late 90s? Something like
Late
that?
90s?
I'm taking a guess.
That's what I would have guessed.
It was
I guess.
2000 was the first
Really?
year that they
Wow.
actually released it. So I wonder if this movie sort of was kind of playing on that,
Yeah. At the time, it could have very well
But
been
just-
like tugging at that a little bit.
but just making it better, because this is, I don't know why, I still can't really figure out why this is better than those terrible movies.
Well, it's like sorry.
Well, there's 2 things. She's not always wearing a red sweater with a like nice jacket over the top,
cool.
and then he's not always wearing a flannel shirt with rugged good looks. See, they cleaned him
Yeah,
up a bit in
that's
this one.
true. It's very true.
So yeah, and then it would have to be a flip flop too. He would have to be the small town guy
Yeah,
who
farmer.
The girl's got to be the one that is under trouble, under duress, and
correct.
like trying to.
and needs to get something done in her hometown, but doesn't want to return. That kind of thing. She's a
please-
powerful lawyer now.
Yes.
and he is just a humble apple core farmer who
Yeah.
makes pies with
Out of just the core of
with
apples.
just apple cores, and that's it.
Please remind me, I did write a Hallmark movie script like 5 years ago.
Oh, we're making it.
Dude, just please remind me to post that in the Discord for our Patreon members because it's one of the best things I've ever written.
I want it so
You're gonna love
bad.
it.
I would love. Yeah, put that in my eyes.
I think what I'm gonna do for you guys will be a little gift, 12 days of Christmas, whatever you want. But I'm gonna get all the Hallmark movie like covers, like posters, and I'm just gonna put Just Friends in there, like randomly, just see if you notice.
Yeah, no, I actually like think that it seems like that this writer Tex Davis like saw those movies and was like seeing the phenomenon with them and put his ridiculous like kind of raunchy comedy into that formula.
Right.
And I like it. I think the script is actually kind of good.
It's a little more believable than
Yeah.
those type of Hallmark movies.
There's some like cop outs here and there, but like it's the whole suspension of disbelief. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
If I'm having fun, then I don't care. But like as an engine that this movie has, I think that the script is coal for that engine.
Do you know? I was also wondering if this movie coined the term friend zone, because that's not always been a thing. It's friend zone is now in everyone
Yeah.
knows what that means. But back when this came out, because they even go, "You're in the friend zone," and he's like, "What's the friend zone?" You know. So do you think this movie made it up, or do you know of something earlier? Because I've got the answer. I looked it up.
I don't know of it.
I don't think this movie made it up. No.
Season 1 of Friends, the one about the blackout. Joey says that about Ross and Rachel.
Oh.
Says that they're in the friend zone, and they're like, "What's the friend zone?" So Joey made it up in Friends. That was the first usage of the friend zone that anyone can think of or remember.
As I was leaving the house today, Alicia was watching that episode of
That
Friends.
episode?
Are you kidding?
I
me?
am not kidding.
There you go.
And if I would have stayed around a little bit longer, I would have caught it.
That's
There you
so
go.
weird.
Holy cow.
And
That's
like,
crazy.
And researching this, all that came because there's not much obviously from my research. All you get is Friends shit. You know, all you get
Yeah,
is
oh, yeah, you can't-
I looked up the making of Just Friends, and there's a couple videos, but then there's millions of just
I typed
behind
in
the scenes Friends.
Just Friends fan theories.
no,
Nothing about this movie
No.
popped up whatsoever.
There ain't that
plenty
much.
on Friends.
Yeah.
I like the Tim, I think is his name, the bully or like the jock,
Yes.
Yeah.
the great value Will Sasso.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
always
100%.
thought that was Will Sasso.
Yeah.
He's been in everything. That guy.
Ty Olesen, I
Yeah.
think is his name. Yeah, you love to hate him.
He's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I actually like him as this movie goes on. I like him more than.
He has one of my favorite lines coming up. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get
We'll
there.
get there.
Were you?
Did
Go
you ever
ahead.
see it? Did you see his jacket? Do you see what it says on there?
No.
I always thought it said team captain, but it says Tim Captain.
So is his last name Captain,
I
or is
don't
it
know.
just Tim Captain?
No,
Tim,
it's like
comma Captain.
Tim, comma Captain, but there's no punctuation. I just thought it was funny for some reason upon this watch. I was like, oh, okay. Can we do it later? It was like, can I do you later? I need a beer.
But were you ever in the friend zone this deep back in high school?
Not this deep. No, and I don't even know if you like consider it. I don't even know if like, there was like any inkling of like romantic for the prospects that I had, you know. And I was real young, not in high school. And,
Okay.
yeah, so it was real young, and so kind of, but no.
I don't think like. See, the thing is I had a friend group that it was guys and girls, and like there was like 8 or 9 of us, but we were friends, you know. But it wasn't like it never was.
You almost couldn't date anyone in that group.
Yeah.
because you guys were too close as friends.
Yeah, and I mean sometimes, yeah, like there might have been like, oh, there's some tension there, but then at the same time, you're just like, no, we're just all friends.
Yeah.
Like I never thought of anything. I think I didn't know that there was anything other than the friend zone in high school. I didn't.
Yeah.
I just didn't think of anything like that. You
That's
know.
true.
Well,
I
my
didn't
mom
really-
told me just to be a real nice guy.
Yeah,
So I
just-
am.
was
Which
just trying
turns
to be
out it's the
nice.
wrong way to do it.
I
But
guess.
I was just trying to be funny, like all the time, and then I think I found out later on that somebody, it's like some people maybe did like think I was
Yeah.
cute or something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Never
You're
would have
surprised.
guessed it. Never would have frickin' guessed it.
you were like punching him on the shoulder, going,
Yeah.
nice to see you.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And they're like, oh,
ouch,
AJ.
yeah.
Alexander Jones.
Ooh.
Here's a prop.
Ooh.
All right, we're getting there.
In researching some of this, it really seems like lately the PC culture has really started to attack the idea of the friend zone. You know, and I see it a lot of different ways. I don't know if you read into that, but a lot of people are like, the friend zone needs to be stricken from the right. This is not, women don't owe you anything, and like it's like, oh no, I
course.
get it. Yeah, like nobody owes anybody anything.
Yeah.
Just because you're a guy and you like a girl doesn't mean that you should be dating them.
Yeah.
You should learn that is a lesson of life. Like if
Yeah.
you like someone and they don't like you, like move on.
Yeah. Right, and if they don't like you, it's probably your fault.
Yes.
Like not to a fault of your own, but it's because of something about you they do not like.
right.
And so you need to be fine with that.
Right.
But I wonder on the reverse side of that. Like I don't feel like that's so one-sided that you can just be like, never say friend zone again.
Definitely.
Because I want to know from we don't have many. I want to know from the 3 female listeners that we have.
They've all called in.
Yeah.
But if you're a female, chances are someone in your history of your life, a guy has been like, I love her.
Yeah.
And I want to know, like, you gotta know that person feels that way, right? Like I want to know that that they think there's something more there and they really want more. And are you choosing not to, just because it's awkward? Are you choosing not to just nip that in the butt and not let that go 4 years to where you gotta have this awkward moment, because this will inevitably happen. This awkward moment will.
Yeah.
So I want to know. I don't know. I think it's two-sided. I think it sucks for both sides. You know.
It is. It's a culture thing of that is almost derived from back before, but it's the idea of like it's like Damone. You know, you don't want to let her know how much you like her,
Yeah.
and it's like.
There's some truth to that.
You know,
is.
girls do the same thing. It's like, well, maybe I do, and maybe you don't. And guys do this bullshit, and it's just this back and forth of don't tell people
Rules.
don't tell people how you really feel. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't talk about your feelings.
Oh, you had a really great date. Don't call them for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hey, what?
Hey, just string it out over the course of 3 to 4 years, and just dwell on it for that long, and then maybe
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, and the thing is,
do
too,
it longer again. Yeah.
just keep going. You just add 2 more years. The thing is, too, like most of the time it is of our culture that the male makes the first move.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so, if, they're a nervous wreck like I was in high school, where like I am, then like it's hard for that to happen,
Yeah.
and it's hard to recognize any signs, but it is really easy to recognize signs of, no, this is not going there at all.
Yeah.
You just have to,
like,
and it's over
that
time.
ain't it.
It's a skill. You kind of have
To be like, they don't like me.
Yeah.
Move on.
yeah,
Yeah, I was more of the guy that's the creative type in high school that'd be like, I really like this person. I'm going to be so nice and I'm going to do all these nice things. And you can feel that. There's one in particular, like I got friend zoned for sure. And I can look back and be like, oh yeah, I get it.
I did that to myself.
apparently it's not charming to like watch Ace Ventura over and over again until like 3 o'clock in the morning and then go to school the next day and act just like Ace Ventura. Apparently it wasn't charming to certain suitors.
It's certain suitors. I wasn't a very great suitor, if you will. I don't know.
Well, friends, listen up. Before we move on to scene 2, I got to tell you, I'm not normally a glasses wearer. I'm contacts through and through. I got contacts in 7th grade, and I never looked back. LASIK, no thanks. Literally, I'm so ingrained into putting contacts in my eyeballs that I don't even care. It's not an inconvenience for me. I'm not inconvenienced by my affliction of bad eyesight. But in December and January, my business usually drops off a little bit. It gets cold out. I don't leave the house as much, so I find myself getting lazy and not putting my contacts in.
Oh, come on, man.
Let's be honest. I'm just laying around, scrolling on my phone, watching TV. My eyeballs are getting straight pummeled by invisible rays of blue light that are proven to be harmful to my vision, health, and mood.
What have you done about that?
Thank God for our sponsor, Felix Gray Glasses.
Oh, good.
This incredible company makes blue light filtering glasses that filter out all the harmful blue light that is all around us, hitting our eyeballs every day. I have 2 pairs, actually. One, when I'm wearing my contacts, I can put my non-prescription on. When I don't have my contacts in, I got my prescription. I noticed a difference right away once I started wearing these almost a year ago. No late night headaches. I'm sleeping better. I'm feeling energized in the morning, and it's all thanks to Felix Gray glasses for their blue light filtering, amazingly stylish, affordable eyewear that they make. People won't even know you're wearing these special filters. They don't have that dumb film on it. They are stylish. They are better than any pair of glasses you're going to buy elsewhere, and they're going to help you get those blue lights out of your eyes. So you'll be glad you did when you realize all the negative effects that has on you. Studies all over the place. Non-prescription, prescription available. Go to FelixGrayGlasses.com/confused. That's FELIXGRAY glasses.com/confused. Free shipping, free returns, free exchanges. Go do it.
Go do it. I can't wait. I just ordered another pair, non-prescription.
See, that's the
'cause
way.
I've been a contacts wearer, like you're saying.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to have a pair of glasses that I could throw on over and look at some screens.
I was on a party bus last night, kind of doing some DJing on my phone, you know, and I was kind of the DJ, and looking on my phone, I had to put on my Felix Grays, and I got compliments. I was like, oh, they were like, oh, those are nice glasses. I'm like, I know a company that you might like to get some of these from.
Here's the website
Goodbye.
in our show notes.
See the bird.
10 years later, Chris is handsome and successful living in Los Angeles. Just before Christmas, his boss orders him to take up-and-coming pop singer Samantha James to Paris so that she will sign with their record company. On the duo's trip to Paris, the plane makes an emergency landing in New Jersey.
I have to say, upon him leaving, and him saying, like, you all, like, what does he say? He says something like,
I'll show you.
Yeah,
Something
you're all
like that.
losers. He's like, this town's like broke. I'm pulling out.
Yeah.
And it's something about like Thunder Road.
Yes,
It's
Springsteen.
basically like word for word. And then I remembered we have a Thunder Road on our table.
Hell
and I
yeah,
was
we
like,
do.
heck yeah, Thunder Road reference. Explorers reference? No, AJ. It's just Ryan Reynolds doing the best that he does.
Just Springsteen.
But him being 10 years later, he's like the do they go right into the Christmas party from here?
No, I think he's playing hockey right away.
Is he playing hockey or
No,
is he doing
we
the
see him at Red Bulb. We see him at his like
At his-
studio, like talking to that chick. And it's funny because he's fucking hot as fuck now.
Yeah. Wow, he's so different.
He's
Oh,
the same person, just hot.
Yeah.
hot.
He's yeah,
talking to Athena.
yes.
Athena out.
Athena.
Why don't you take me seriously?
I just don't know why you don't take me seriously.
He moves right on to Mandy. I love that.
She's wearing like lingerie and stuff, and just like gorgeous. And it's just like, I just don't know why you don't take me seriously. He's like, oh, man, and he
Yeah.
just turns around. There's another one.
I like how he's like, in some cultures they spank you for that. Oh, I love to travel.
Their back and forth is phenomenal.
Yes, my name's Mandy. Of course it is. I know a song called Mandy.
I know a song called Mandy. I was like, wow, they are hitting it off. And then I think to myself, I thought two things. I was like, man, I think I'm Team Mandy at this point. I don't think he should even like go to Jersey.
Yeah.
You know,
It's going
they've
very
got
well.
Great chemistry and everything. And then I thought back, I was like, is that what chemistry is? I was like, oh crap! I don't even know what anything is about relationships.
Just having, is that chemistry? Just having the most beautiful face and most beautiful body and just being able to talk good?
Yeah.
And being witty.
That's chemistry.
Yeah.
I guess you can just have chemistry if you're just as you work out and eat well, you gain more chemistry.
Yeah.
Your-
I think that's it.
Your chemistry meter goes up.
And then I think they have like bottles of pills that are literally like supplements to help you give energy.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what's wrong with me, Doc. It's like, well, it looks like you just need some more chemistry.
Yeah.
I think
We're gonna give you some 10 cc's of chemistry right into your veins.
we could try a chemistry transplant if we want to do that. I mean, it's a little bit risky, but I'd rather just try this first. You know, that's
I have
all you get
I have
to
a
do.
great morning routine. It's called the Bateman routine. You get a nice moist
He
morning
definitely does
mask.
that.
You know he does.
Is it Anna or Anna Faris?
I say Anna.
I say
Let's
Anna.
all you Anna?
Yeah.
Anna
Anna.
Faris. I'm gonna say Anna Faris.
All right,
Yeah.
fine.
Is it caramel or caramel?
Anna Faris.
Sheboygan.
Anna, we just gotta go ahead and get it out. She's the best part of this movie.
100%.
Yeah.
She's like a fucking hurricane coming in, and it's so much fun to watch. Like especially when they first get together, and she's in the
The
studio.
record. Oh my God.
She the moment she's on screen, it is like just a tumbleweed
Yes.
of like chaos, And by the time she's done with him, he's like, "Ooh, I have another song to show you." His pants are down. He's had
and
her
then they
tongue.
go down further.
Yes,
The way that they drop this is
it's like
I
a
think
Breakfast Club moment.
it's like a Breakfast Club moment. You have to think like Ryan Reynolds must have done that on purpose. Bring his legs slightly together or
Yes.
something to make it
Yes.
fall just so he can get this perfect shot. And then they do this amazing cut that they're in the jet. And it's like he's been listening to this song on repeat for at least like 17 hours, right? I love that so much. But it is an amazing, like her just doing the bullshit pop. Where are you? like is
I need.
It's
I
so
said I
good.
need my guitar. I need my guitar because I'm saying it. I
want
can't
this
believe
to,
it.
I want this to have the energy of a live performance. By the way, that's not how you get the energy of a live performance into a recording. You
No.
don't do it that way.
You do it live.
You do it live.
You do it live.
Fuck
okay.
it. We'll do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Or you listen to the recording engineers and producers, and you say, "No, we're going to track things individually so we can make it sound the best that it can for
Did
an
you guys
album."
change the key on me again?
Who's the jokester? I guess she like just drank a ton of Red Bull.
They said that
Yeah.
was
For
her.
this.
That was her, and you can tell.
yeah. It just
She's just like,
just to keep her antics up, like throughout this whole.
I love her in
thing.
the scary movie movies, and I think she's great in those. But this is so good, and I actually, like comparing this to her role in Waiting, like she's completely
yeah.
different.
Oh,
in
yeah.
that.
she's almost not like I almost forgot she was in Waiting. 'Cause
I know.
It's just like, she's just in Waiting.
Yeah, she's just like a character. She's just like kind of playing the part. But this is just like this is the role.
Well, you know,
that she's
sometimes
remembered by. I hope.
Yeah, and you know how sometimes someone will have like a crazy awesome part of a movie, and then they'll like kind of fade away, or
Yeah.
it won't be. It just never lets up. Every time she is on screen, she's a complete scene stealer. The vegetarian in third world countries, I had to add that
It's so
because
funny.
it's just so funny to me, and
just really, really
it's
important.
really
Vegetarian-
in third world countries.
Just break it down, like
Just
right.
think about it.
Just break it down. Promoting vegetarianism in third world countries.
They are starving.
with a what was probably a tribe. What looks like a tribe of like from like New Zealand or something like
some-
Aboriginal.
Yeah,
like,
indigenous. Yeah.
and and thinking about what they
Wafufi.
do. Yeah, I no. See, if you're wondering about theories, actually, Wafufi is actually he's been on Chicken for so long. Actually, you can actually see his first role in Crocodile Dundee, saying needs garlic.
no,
You can.
no,
And
no.
so,
You're the worst. You're the worst person ever.
but again, just breaking it down, third world countries, vegetarianism, which is really, really important.
important.
And then she hands the
I
chicken
want that
off.
album. That's who plays the record producer guy?
Stephen Root, and we
Stephen
need to
Root.
talk about it.
Yes.
He's sort of forgotten in this movie, but that's almost the best part of him is that he just kills a B-list role, put him in there, kill it, done.
Done.
That if
If you don't make me happy, I'm going to find somebody who will.
Stop. Where are you going? Why are you there?
Yeah.
Dude, Stephen Root is fucking amazing in everything that he's in. Obviously,
Yes.
he's Office Space.
Milton.
Which
Milton.
you almost don't even know.
Unrecognizable
Yeah.
role almost. And excellent in the show Barry. Oh my God,
Oh.
is he good.
Okay.
That's the kind of actor that I love to see in movies is like when you see him, you're like, oh, this movie's probably going to be good.
Yeah.
You know, at least he's going to be good.
if he signed up, well, I think we'll be okay.
I love the B actors in the B roles like this, and that's like the kind of acting that I want to do. Is just like be.
You don't want to be the Ryan Reynolds.
No, I
Yeah.
want to be like the guy who just
Same.
is like supporting and like the weird funny thing.
So you guys want to be B level. I want to be like D level. I want to be the kid in Home Alone that
Foley artist.
I want to be like, bring me back something French, and then never act again.
You want to be Steve Kooser.
Yeah, I want to be Steve Kooser from Encino Man. It's exactly what I want, man.
User. Steve. Just final touch on Stephen Root. Maybe,
Yes.
hopefully not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is also exactly what I think a top level like record label exec guy is.
55 years old with
I
leather
want
pants.
that.
Leather
I want that
pants.
album.
Not in amazing shape, but he's just got so much money, and but he's also, the other part of this is that he's just so incredibly self-aware and like conscious of like, do these pants make me look fat? And the guy, the first guy Well, it's like, you're fired. I'm just kidding.
What does Ryan Reynolds say? He's like, hey, do I look fat?
Hell no.
Hell no. Which is how he got where he was.
Yes.
Exactly. Right.
Being handsome and saying nice things.
Being a yes man, yeah.
Being a yes
I
man.
love. I forget where it is, but she's like, "I'm so glad we're back together. Like it's been so long." He's like, "Yeah, you're awful."
Yeah.
Just like in the background. It's one of my favorite lines.
Even when she's talking to him through the glass, I can't hear you.
Can't
oh,
hear you.
oh,
light bulb.
light bulb. We got to talk about like whoever wrote. I see. Okay, first of all, so Forgiveness, the song.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a bunch of stuff that said that this was taken. Or no, sorry, that's something different. But Forgiveness, whoever did write this is a genius.
I'm pretty sure it was the screenwriter, the
Tex?
Skip. Yeah, Tex.
It's
Adam
it's
Tex Davis.
an earworm.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, this song should be a fucking song.
Is more than saying sorry. Maybe like some vibrato or falsetto, like
To forgive is divine, so let's have a glass of wine and have make-up sex till the end of time. The best part about how they're on that flight, though, is they're flying from L.A. to Paris, which is an 11-hour flight.
Good God.
So that's why he looks like his life's over.
Yeah.
But the best part is that them landing in New Jersey now,
Yes.
there's still 7 more hours of this flight to go. So he has to, in his world, weigh the decision of getting back on a plane for 7 more hours with her or being in the town he doesn't want to be in. And he has to have an honest conversation about himself with that.
Yeah.
Like, that is an interesting thing right there.
Every time, and so you're from Cedar Rapids, right, Sean?
Yes.
Like you're from here. Mike, you're from St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah.
Do you go back home ever and like you run into people or anything like that? Do you do that?
Oh,
Does that happen to you? Or is it too big of a city, or is like?
Well, back in the day, like, yes, we would go back to you wouldn't randomly run into people.
Yeah.
But like, so I had 2 different. I would go back to St. Louis as a kid and like see family. But coming back from college, I think we'll talk about that more as they get to that scene. But yeah, like that was a thing. Like you come back and you run into people and you're like, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Like I am from a small town south of here by about an hour, and like going back home, if I go into town, I always get a small bit of anxiety of that I'm going to see somebody that I recognize, and it's okay. Like it's not that I don't want to see those people. It's like, what am I going to say? How to like and not seem like a weirdo. Of like this like little weird anxiety that you get of like, oh hey, how you doing?
What's the thing I'm going to say?
What's been going on? What am I going to say? Like, how's it been going? It's like, oh good, I've been doing like this podcast and I've been doing.
Saw
like,
you on Bert Kreischer.
I saw you on this
How
thing.
was that?
Or you just say it's like yeah, I've been doing like it's been a lot of fun. What about you? And you know, that kind of thing. And trying to do that while you're walking through the grocery store, like trying to grab something on the way to my parents' house.
Yep.
And like, it's always that little bit of anxiety of like, who am I going to run into? I'm going to run into somebody. It's a town of 9,000 people. I'm going to run into somebody.
Yeah.
You can see that moment, that going through his head of the like, do I want this or not?
Yes.
Do I just want to stay? I'm surprised he didn't just decide to get a hotel. Like, why did he have to go home to his house?
Holidays.
Do you think okay.
Yeah.
Or do you think he secretly, because that's my biggest issue with this, is that most people in today's world, if this story had actually happened, if they left high school, total loser.
Yeah.
But then 10 years later, they're the hottest thing on the planet. The first thing they're going to want to do is go back home.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a little confusing in the fact that he doesn't actually want to go back to town. So maybe he's always wanted to, and this was his moment where he's like, all right, we're going to do that.
We have to, you know.
Because he goes straight for he could have just stayed at
He
his
goes
house.
to the town bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to.
Yeah, to get like a meal or like ahi tuna.
to go.
Right. Let's get this to go, Chris. So, before we get too far from here, prop calling it.
Ooh.
Don't worry,
here's
you
a
guys
prop.
won't want this.
All right.
Yeah. I want on the plane next to the microwave, there's a little like moose stuffed animal thing, and I want that.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want that little Christmas stuffed animal thing. That like.
Do you want it post fire or pre fire?
I want it. I would like it pre-fire. Okay. But yeah, it's just like a little animatronic, like
Yep.
like toe tapping thing.
You get at Spencer's, the pants fall down.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why. I just want that little thing. I want to decorate my house with things like that.
Little
that are,
tchotchke
Yeah,
bullshit.
little tchotchke things for the holiday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I want a Simply Dusty CD.
Yeah.
I want
Is there any other way?
I want Simply Dusty on our wall.
Simply does it. Is there any other way?
I'm gonna
Is it?
miss him. Gonna miss him.
Mm.
What about you, Sean?
I told you guys before we started recording, you better not.
Okay.
And so I'm taking it now. I think what's his brother
I
named
know
Mike?
now. I know what you're saying.
His brother named
His
Mike.
brother's name's Mike.
Yeah.
His brother's wearing a shirt later on in the movie that says Dazed and Confused.
I don't think it was related to the movie though, right? Did
I'm
it
not
just
sure.
say Dazed and Confused
it
on
just
it?
said Dazed and Confused. Wasn't like
It's
any the
it's-
font or anything.
It reminds me of
Maybe
the
Led Zeppelin?
Monster Squad shirt that says
Yes.
Stephen King rules.
It was like a
Right.
kind of a brown with like yellow.
Yeah.
It just looked like 70s, and it's my favorite movie, so
Yeah.
I'm taking that.
great pick.
Before we hit scene 3, there's a I think it might be, oh God, I can't even say this. I was gonna say maybe it's my favorite Anna Faris moment, but that's not possible to say. When she thinks she's getting punked. Oh my God, the look on everybody's face is good. She's like, "Oh my God, am I getting punked?" Yeah, Ashton Kutcher set your airplane on fire so that you would land.
Like you
Ashton,
put the thing in the microwave. None of this was an outside party. You did this.
She's so oblivious, and it's the same thing. It's. Am I being punked? Where is Ashton?
Ashton!
Come on. And then the same thing of like, I can't believe you're taking me to meet your mom. Did you plan this? Same exact thing. Yes, I set the line on fire.
Because she's just any excuse that she didn't do it.
She didn't do this.
She didn't do it.
This is not her fault, guys. I don't know if you know this or
No,
not.
nothing
This is not her fault. So, yeah.
All right, so scene 3. Chris and Samantha go to his mother's house for the night. After settling in, they go to a local bar where Chris sees old friends and Jamie Palomino. Chris plans to woo and seduce Jamie. Chris takes her on a date that fails miserably when he tries too hard to be cool. Then he takes her to play hockey, and it all ends badly, with another old friend, Dusty Dinkelman, beginning to swoop in on Jamie.
Julie Haggerty,
Which one's Julie Haggerty?
his
the
mom.
Oh,
I love her. Airplane,
Yeah.
obviously. I don't know why I say this all the time, but I mean it's kind of in the later scene. But when she's on the phone, Joyce,
Oh, my God.
hello, Joyce.
what
It's
are you
the
doing at Joyce's
It's
house?
the funniest fucking thing. She is incredible, dude. I love her.
We've talked about on-screen moms before,
Yes.
like you just characters, and all the way back to Airplane when she's not a mom, but like her performance in that, her timing is insane.
Yeah.
It's absolutely impeccable. And then you have stuff like this, that the way that she talks to her boys and the love that they have for them. And if you want to talk about chemistry in this movie,
Yes.
the chemistry for her sons to her is amazing.
Yeah.
I love it so much. And the comments that she makes and the way that she performs this, she is small town. I don't know how small of a town this really could be. Trenton?
It's Jersey. It's outside
Jersey.
Jersey. She skis in her jeans too.
Probably. But like all these comments and things that she makes, her screaming when she sees Chris,
Yes.
right? Ah. or the comment of when Chris rolls in, and he's like, "All right, guys, good time." And he's got the sign.
Mike,
Yeah.
Mike, his brother, yeah.
Mike is his brother. And Mike has the sign that and like the chain and the clipper
Yep,
thing.
yep.
And they stole the sign, obviously, which is probably what you would do on like a gravel road in
Yes,
Iowa.
absolutely.
But then he comes in and he's excited, and it's just he goes straight for Samantha
Nice.
James.
gives him a slap.
Mike. Yeah, yeah, on the way to it, right? It's just,
They haven't seen. Well, I guess we're assuming he probably went out to L.A. with the family.
yes.
Because remember, they say over
says-
10 years they've flown out to L.A. So they're. At first, I always thought that it maybe had been 10 years since they'd seen each other, but
Mhm.
no,
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case.
Right.
Yeah.
But him being home though,
Yes.
but he goes straight for Samantha James, and he's like, "Is that my Christmas present?" and then and then he's like, "I've got like the poster on my
Yep.
wall. I slapped a ham to it about an hour ago.
ham?
What hand did you slap, honey? Dude,
Not the one I just put out.
so goddamn good.
Which ham did you slap? just like the lovable, kind of oblivious mom who just loves her sons.
Yep.
And just will do whatever and just make them feel
Yeah,
special.
it's pretty
The
badass.
Love
comedic
it.
duo of those two brothers, Chris Marquette and Ryan Reynolds, is so fun to watch.
It
Yeah.
might
I love
be.
them.
It might be one of the best parts of this movie is that continuing. You've got the Anna Faris whole thing every time she's on scene, but every time they're fighting each other
Yeah,
is awesome.
it's so much fun. Like we all have
Yeah.
brothers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We've all been there. You know.
Oh, I've been the butt of that
Yes.
joke. Yes, I have 3 older brothers, and so yes, I love all the chemistry that happens in this house, and I also love how fast this movie kind of gets going. At this point,
Mm.
I think it gets going pretty quick. They go to the Maple at this
Yep.
point,
Yeah.
right?
That's where they were just gonna fly out in the morning,
Yeah,
and that's where everything changes because they go to the Maple. And think this is pre-social media. This doesn't happen anymore
right.
because this is still pre-Facebook, where
True.
you know nothing about people. This is why high school reunions were an important thing of life.
Oh yeah.
It's because you didn't know anything about anyone. Now, high school reunions are possibly the most pointless thing that has ever happened in
I've
the
never
world.
thought about it that way. Yeah.
Because
Good
you
point.
already know everything. So truly, like he had not seen Darla,
Clark and Darla.
Clark and Darla. He hadn't seen them until Darla. DJ. It's unbelievable. She's stealing this scene.
She just wants to be. She wants to
She
be
goes,
the center of attention.
She's like, yeah, literally like getting up in his bit. He's like, oh yeah. He said, what are we laughing at? Are we laughing? We having a good time?
DJ.
You guys doing a bit? Can I be part of the bit?
Yeah, exactly. Or when they walk in, and she's just like, yes, I know.
Yes,
No
I
one's paying attention.
I think we've done that a couple of times.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When we've met up, or like when we were in LA or something.
When I met you for breakfast that next morning when I flew
Yes.
in, we were like, yeah, okay.
Yes, I know.
Confused breakfast.
Please, please, I know. Okay, I know. It's really cool. It's like, Chris, we need to get out of here. People are staring. And it's like, and then
No one's staring.
I love the fact that it shows the crowd after
Yes.
that, and it's like nobody gives a shit.
They're staring at your annoying earmuffs is what they're staring at, not you as a person.
They can tell you don't belong here. That's why someone would stare in a small town.
And then Tim is back, and he's got a skullet, or he's
Yeah.
got the bagel head.
Still wearing that Letterman jacket.
Yes,
Yeah.
still he's peaked
Peaked in high
real
school.
hard in high school.
Yes.
One of my favorite lines of any movie that, and like my brother, who just picks out the most random lines of movies, and for some reason they're funny. Like even Notting Hill is like, it's not yogurt, it's mayonnaise. If you've seen Notting Hill, you know that.
Yeah.
But his line, "Hey, you have like $5?" I'm like, have.
Yeah.
And he actually gives him $5.
You bet, Tim. He's like, keep living the dream. He's like, done.
Here's the money I owe you. He just goes to
He owed the money to somebody else. Like he probably lost a pool game
Yeah,
or something.
just
right?
then, yeah.
But in a way, like, is Tim the most well off of anybody from this movie? Like, he owns the fact that he's like not cool anymore, and he's just like whatever. Like he even implants this into Chris's brain to be like, dude, couldn't have her back then, but now you can.
True.
Like he's just like, I know I can't anymore. I had her back then, now I can't.
Yeah.
Whoa, roles of reverse. What's up, dude?
Jamie Powell.
Jamie Powell. And he's like two-handing a beer.
Yeah,
Jamie
that big
Powell.
Stein.
How is that not Will Sasso?
I know, right?
God damn it.
It's gotta be. I think it's his very close brother. This is Wish Will Sasso.
It's a great
Yes.
value wish, Will
Great-
Sasso. And
yeah.
then his friend,
Clark.
Chris's friend, is great value Mark Ruffalo.
Oh my God.
You're right.
Like he talks like him, kind of looks like him a little bit too.
I'm gonna make a proposal here. I know that this is a little unorthodox.
Okay, well, jeez.
I know we have most punchable face. And I'm not saying I want to get there yet. We don't have to get there yet.
Okay.
But I feel like we should maybe spread some love. I have a most lovable face.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's Clark.
You like Clark?
I love Clark.
Clark's pretty okay.
Clark is the guy who is in Chris's corner no matter who Chris is. And he's there talking him through this in the dentist chair, the first thing in high school. He's just rooting for him. You can do it, buddy. Chris Brander, ladies and gentlemen. He's hyping him up. He's like, you're going to let Dusty Dinkelman
I'm gonna rebut you on that though. I feel like Clark and Darla are bad friends
Oh, no.
from back in high school.
Oh, think
They're like they let him go forward with the worst plan of all time.
Perpetuate.
I think I
this.
saw her go into the garage with the football team.
They should have been like,
Give it up at
Chris,
that point.
Chris, we love you, but it's not going to work out. We know Jamie; she does not feel that way about you, and you're going to embarrass yourself. But they just go, here it is, the big day. It's
You
here."
would you know what
You're
you'd have to
kind of
do
right.
now, Chris. What you'd have to do, you'd really have to like get a huge job in LA. You have to, like a record producer or
Yeah.
something like that. You'd have to do that. You have to lose like 40 to 60 pounds.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe they knew he needed that, embarrassing motivation. Maybe they knew he needed that.
which is the other double standard of this movie, whereas like now he's hot, now she kind of likes him. You know,
yeah. This does go both ways.
yes,
It does.
I know we're not allowed to say that, so we're not actually saying
This
that.
video is removed from YouTube because of that.
Well, and you see it right there at the Maple when she's shaking the drinks behind, and she turns around, and Darla goes, Chris Brander. And you're like, and she's like, oh my God.
Looks him up and down. I
Yeah.
mean, but yeah, obviously, yes, it's a huge change.
Hot people.
It's also Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
You know, so.
What do you think of Amy Smart? Speaking of Jamie,
Dude, I'm a huge Amy Smart fan.
I am too.
I don't know why she didn't do more.
Yeah.
I mean, she does have a very long discography. I think
Yeah.
she's still acting. but
Discography, yeah.
Discography. What did I say?
Discography, like filmography.
Like, oh yeah, she's put a couple albums out.
Well, technically,
I think her EP was better than her LP. But, you know.
I like her early stuff better.
I'm sorry. I
No,
couldn't let it go.
I think so. She had a run there of Varsity Blues, Butterfly Effect, Road Trip in this movie, where those were.
Crank was another one.
And
that
Crank,
she was
I think
great.
that was like maybe her peak moments there, because
Yeah.
the rest I didn't really see her in. But
around this time she's like in everything.
yeah,
almost.
I think my favorite Amy Smart is Road Trip. Amy Smart.
Road trip. Amy Smart.
If you can picture it, she was like the love interest of the
Yes.
dude
Yes,
at college.
yeah.
I don't know why. And I loved her in all those. Butterfly Effect. Holy shit!
I
Like
like her
That's a
in
good
great
point.
performance in that. And I think she's a great love interest, girl next door kind of character. I
Yeah.
love her in this.
I like how she's not buying this like act from him
Yep.
from the start.
Yep.
You know.
I think, yeah, she's a great on-screen kind of crush to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She does have that presence, and I think it's really great in this movie, and also her awareness of like. I know, like I work at the Maple, but I don't work at the Maple. But it's like I'm living with my parents. Okay, bye.
it's a very great delivery.
Yeah.
Before we leave the diner, though, maybe I'm just gonna keep bringing up Anna Faris's best moments. Is
Yeah.
Chris, I'm busy. I'm busy. Like, come on.
Stupid dick.
It's unfucking believable. It makes me laugh so hard. Everything she says in this movie.
Yeah.
Chris.
What? I'm busy.
I got one here for you.
If we were on a train to go punch a face,
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Are you saying the waitress in the diner?
That's what I'm talking about.
No. Well, you're allowed to say that, but I hit the button. Jamie Palomino's dad.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That was mine.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Like, first of all, he says some stuff that we wouldn't put in movies
Sure
nowadays
does.
today,
Yeah.
and that's fine. It was 2005, whatever.
Ugh.
But he's just, I don't like him. We all knew a dad like that back in the day that was just like, yeah, you're kind of an asshole, but whatever.
He's
Yeah.
the Griswold but not a good Griswold.
He's Chevy Chase.
You know what?
He's just real life Chevy
He's just
Chase.
real life Chevy Chase.
He's Chevy Chase, and it's not that these guys are Margot and Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the next neighbor down who's just normal AF.
Yes.
And it's like, God, I have to like let that blast into my bedroom every night for the next like 21 days.
Yeah.
From your light display. So you still got the best light display in town, huh, sir? He's like, hey, the stick. And you're like, you hate it so much.
I'm glad his Christmas display gets
me too.
killed at the end.
I'm glad too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Punchable face. Yeah.
You're going to call it?
Yeah.
So do we
It's
think
on.
Lady at the Diner? Was someone going to say Lady at
No,
the Diner?
I was joking, but I do have something to say about it.
Okay.
So yes, it's tradition. Like she sees like my chubby bunny.
10 years ago.
Yes, it's tradition. To get this huge plate of
Just
just
kind of good.
gulk, but didn't even order it. You know, it's like didn't order it
It's
at
clearly changed.
all. Maybe he's more of a protein guy. Maybe he wants more of a hearty breakfast
Hey,
instead.
bring me a plate of bacon instead of
Yeah.
this plate of pancake
That
sugar.
looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
I would be pissed too. I mean, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna eat it though. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to do with this.
Chubby bunny.
Like the sentiment is fine, but I'm just like I agree with him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that. Just like this is a burden.
Could have handled it a little better, but at the
Yeah.
same time, yes, you're in the wrong, lady. You can't assume that I want to eat this.
So do
Yeah.
you think they're gonna tip?
Yeah, because he's in cool mode now.
How many cups of coffee did he get?
Well, he's in cool mode now, so he's trying to show off his money.
Oh, okay.
So
When I
he's-
get a cup of coffee, I want my cup filled 6 times.
6 times. 6 times.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just have this water.
I'm
I'm
stuffed.
stuffed.
That I'm telling you though, you had said that Adam Tex kind of based this off of his real life friend zone thing. Apparently, the body shake moment
Really happened. Yeah.
really happened,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
I believe it because you can't write that. Like that is a
Yeah.
that moment. Almost like for me, there's a top 5 list of awkward moments on screen where you just like your skin crawls feeling what they're feeling. Number 1 for me is Swingers, is the voicemail.
Oh my God. Yeah.
My skin crawls at that moment of how embarrassed you are for this person. This might be number 2.
It's pretty
This is
bad.
bad, dude.
It's pretty bad. But yeah, and you know what? I've had some. I've had this happen kind of a couple times. Where you just
Gave
like
her a body shake.
where you just like go in for a kiss, but it's just like not.
It's not it.
Or like she goes in for a kiss and you were expecting like a hug or something. Like I've had both. You know,
Yeah.
it is just like I'm sorry I did that. She's like I don't care, just don't talk about it. I'm like oh fuck, you're right.
You're
Fuck.
right.
You're right. I should not talk about
But yeah,
it.
there's like there's a little bit of like behind the scenes on YouTube of this, and the writer is on set, and the director, Cumble, made the writer like show the whole
we need to
cast
show
and
this.
crew. Like I don't know what you mean. Why don't you just do it? And so he like took one of the producers and like was practicing with him. Like, the director made him do it. Yeah.
And this just goes to show off Ryan Reynolds' skills. When he gets back in the car and has
Oh,
that
yeah.
freak out, my God.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like felt like Jim Carrey was doing that or something.
Yeah.
Like
Kinda.
like,
Yeah.
you feel, and then she pops back up, and
tough.
you almost feel like she pops back up and she wants to say, "Hey, man, like, can we try that again or something?"
Yeah.
She's like, "I left my gloves." It's
Yes.
like, it makes it even worse.
He's, I love it. It has to be like a post thing of him just being, oh.
Yeah.
and he kind of gently kind of holds them up.
And he just like puts the mirror back. He's like, I rented the nicest Porsche in town. It's like he's like I'm just ever eating. my
Porsche
phone.
has fucking chains on it.
Yeah, he got
Come
chains
on.
on the tires. It's just like Porsche. Wow, it's like it's so ostentatious. It's all they had left.
So let's get into the hockey scene too, because this is great. He's going on his second date now, and they go to ice skate. And I feel for him because you know, like when you know you're good at something, but you have the wrong tools.
Yes.
Yes.
It sucks because let's just pretend that somehow they had a pair of sharpened hockey skates.
Yeah.
Like, does he end up? Do things change differently, or does he end up being an asshole because he's like triple deacon some kids and
True.
Yeah,
is it the same outcome basically?
yeah,
Because I kind of feel bad for him that he can't show off his skills.
yeah. I think it would have gone one of two ways, right? It would have been he is super good at this, and he scores like 18 goals, but the kids still hate him.
Or the kids love him.
Or do the
'cause they're
kids
like,
love him for that
"Yeah,
because he's
True.
so
you're good at
badass? You think
hockey."
so? Rather than them being like, we can't do anything. He's not passing it. He's not doing anything.
Suckster.
Suckster. or it goes this way where he's got these figure skates from the
So
30s. He
bad.
says, He's, "Hey, little girl, I'm really good.
You suck.
My snow globe collection."
Yeah, he's like reverting. He's like reverting
Yes.
back into his old self.
Yeah,
when
he
he's
starts
home
saying
here.
like "mommy" now, like with
Mommy.
his brother. You know,
You
It-
got his
it's
retainer in now?
it's really funny. Well, yeah, after
After,
Um,
oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
okay.
Come back around to the ice skating thing.
Yes.
Julie Haggerty, just one more time, popping in for a. Oh, you don't need that. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. She takes it like one too long, and then she says, "Come on, Mikey and I are making Snow Angel."
I love her so goddamn much.
So wonderful.
So in this hockey scene too, they apparently like all the extras were wearing like Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
hockey
were like
jerseys.
some pro jerseys.
Yeah, and that's like kind of where Ryan Reynolds is from. Is that area?
I think he's a fan because this is actually the second movie that he played hockey in. Van Wilder, he played hockey too.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's
yeah,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
So I think he might be a fan. If you grow up in Canada, you love hockey.
Yeah.
Best
have
sport
to.
in the world.
It's
It's
the
fun.
sport.
It's understandable.
That makes
This
sense.
whole scene is so fun. I love the music that they chose for like the slow mo and him like taking that slap shot and hitting itself. It's so good.
No.
And then we get Dusty Dinkelman, Chris Klein.
Chris Klein.
I think it's his best role that I've ever seen him in.
Listen, I think we talked about this on American Pie. I hate Chris Klein. Like the way he acts in American Pie.
Yes.
The way anything I ever saw him in, I'm like, this guy is so shitty.
Yeah.
Then he shows up and does this movie.
Ugh.
And this is his calling. His calling is to be a dick.
Yes.
This is who he should play. Because he's amazing in this movie.
So
It's-
good.
It's phenomenal. It is when he comes up over the hill, like with her in his arms. It's
Dusty
like
Dinkelman. I'm actually Dusty Lee now.
I go by Dusty,
Dusty
Lee.
Lee now, but
Dusty Lee?
Dusty Knee. If you look at the subtitles, it's N-E-E. Dusty Knee.
No, it's not.
It is. The subtitles are N-E-E. Dusty Knee.
It's like, well, actually.
It kind of is. And the favorite thing, I will never, ever, ever. I could watch this movie 18,000 times in a row, and I will never get over the bobsled trek and flip on
Like,
that.
I kind of went into this movie and I was joking with you guys. We're like, and when we chose this movie
Right,
as
right,
our
right.
Christmas movie, I obviously have an affection towards this movie, but I
Affliction.
was like, there's so many more Christmas movies we could watch, and so that
Right.
was a joke. But
There is.
watching this movie, and especially this scene, like, how is that? How can you not laugh at that? Especially because there's no music. It's just like, oh God, and he goes and it lands face fucking down.
And then as it moves, you hear. That would be I think that's the worst on-screen injury I've ever seen in
It
my
looks
life.
bad.
Because you know it's just face down caught, and they flip him over. He's like, ah,
Snow and
blood and snow.
He
just-
carved the eyes with his teeth. You can tell.
It's so bad, and then like it's a classic like moment of the ambulance guys was like, oh, sorry about that, buddy. Oh yeah.
Well, and they're in the ambulance, and then he's got to watch back and forth as they're
Yes.
flirting with each other. And then again, Ryan Reynolds, like, he's in the dentist getting his teeth fixed, and he goes, he spits all that stuff.
Wait a minute. Well, it's a nice guy.
It is
Kinda
very
like
Jim
Dusty.
Carrey. You're right.
It is.
It's very Jim Carrey.
All the buffers out.
Um,
Oh,
It's
another
like Jim-
another day date. Yes.
It's Jim Carrey mixed with Adam Sandler, because when
Yes.
later on when he gets on the bus,
True,
he
yes.
goes, "Hey, Mr. Bus Driver." It sounds like he's talking to the penguin. Almost.
You can like it's almost like you can hear his influences
Yes,
shining through.
yes.
You
Yeah.
know, and the difference between those guys, and not saying anything like bad necessarily, but Ryan Reynolds he's just one of the most attractive men on earth,
Yeah,
basically,
it's-
right?
yeah,
So-
there's no getting around.
But he's taking all this comedy from these just comedic giants and kind of almost working it in, peppering it in, and I love it so much because that's what anybody would do.
Yeah.
We do that all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna pepper it into your life of, hey, Mr. Bus Driver, man.
Maybe that's what it was. He just saw the movie and he talks like that with his friends.
Maybe.
I love at the end of the ambulance ride is he like slaps the clipboard down. It's like, oh yeah, just put your number down. Right? He was like, this is bullshit.
There's-
Destiny.
Speaking of him too, there's no one who puts a retainer in or out like Ryan Reynolds does. So, like, how do you make that funny? And he does. It's so good.
He really does, dude. Looks like your old yearbook picture.
Let's move
Time to
this
go
up.
to work.
Please.
Yeah, let's do it.
Scene 4, leaving Chris's brother with Samantha. Chris tries the nice, nerdy guy approach, but Dusty ruins it by joining along and inviting Chris's mother. Samantha finds out what Chris has been up to and ruins a Christmas party at Jamie's house. Jamie comes over after finding a note Chris left her, but nothing sexual happens overnight. This is where ultimately I'm seeing this reversion into the old days,
Yes.
like where he's looking through his old stuff and they're doing the phone gag bits and stuff like that. That is just... I don't know why I love this so much, but like almost this weird little 5-minute section of him being at his house, like coming up with his new plan, is one of my favorite parts of the movie. Like the Joyce, what are you doing at Joyce's house,
Dude.
Hello, Joyce.
But and thinking about the difference, if this were modern day, they would have been texting each other,
Yeah.
so there wouldn't have been the hey, I got another call coming in. He would have already been able to get out what he wanted to say while Dusty's text was coming in, and
Yeah.
it's just funny.
Yeah, I also like I do like Amy Smart's performance on a comedic level as well as just like being the love interest and like being her own kind of person, you know, where whenever he calls her, she's busy. You know, she's like
Bathing the dog.
bathing the dog, like
Making cookies.
making cookies or a cake or whatever, and he's just like, "You want to go do something?" She's like, "Okay."
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know. It seems very human to me, and I like that portrayal a lot of her.
That's small town, you know.
Yeah.
What do? You
What do you do?
take care of the dog, and you make cookies, and you sing in the choir,
Holiday
and you,
season.
I'm gonna
man.
see
You know, it's
I'm
just
gonna
a
see the
thing.
Notebook,
you know,
dude.
Jamie.
that
You
it's-
feel
this movie's like
I'll be the
underrated.
biggest pussy she's ever seen. Jamie, so much better.
Underrated in its writing, I think, and underrated in its editing. I think the editing has a lot. Like I'm a big fan of the New Girl show.
Yeah.
And that just specifically the editing of that and the timing of the edit. You know, like the timing of that shot where he's like Jamie is like it's so good.
It's phenomenal. And the editing into the phone call too, and his brother's on the phone, his mom gets onto the phone at different points in time. He's like, "Oh, the Notebook." Oh, you know.
It's so G.
Yeah. And it's one of those moments that finally, when he's still messing with him on the phone and they get done, and then he just busts in that door, because that is exactly what happens with brothers. And I don't know if this is the same way with you guys, but that is exactly what happens with brothers. You will go to any length to make them stop annoying you, even if it means breaking down a door.
Yes.
So that's just what it is.
But this, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I just love the fact, like, speaking of the writing again, where the writer's like introducing all these deflections, I guess you could say, of his plan. Dusty's in on the thing, and now the mom's in on the date. You know, it's like, God damn, this is not going
That
the way I
is
wanted
funny.
at all. You know,
Yeah.
I love that.
And then they're in the back of the car, and Dusty's Dusty is like maniacal evil genius. The retainer bit.
yes.
Oh man.
Put that back in.
Put that back in.
Yeah,
Put
yeah.
it back
Yeah.
in,
He's
Chris.
like, hey man, you make sure that you're washing that 2 times a day. Your mouth is just a cesspool of
What a
germs and
move.
bacteria.
What a
It's
move.
He's like, you better put that back in. He's like, yeah, put it back in.
Put it back in,
in,
Chris.
Chris. It's like, thank you.
But this is where this movie's a little deeper, I think, than people give it credit for. Is, you know, like we've got Christopher Marquette. He's the brother. He's Mike, who I love. I think he's kind of underrated.
Yeah, he's in Girl Next Door.
Girl Next Door.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just been in a bunch of stuff. Maybe never hit that like lead role or anything.
Discount
like that.
Paul Dano, but that's even reducing him.
Little bit.
Very,
Yeah.
very, very. I think he's so great. We talk about their fight scenes, but then you've got this like weird little love scene between the brothers when they
love
they
this.
share the cookies. Like, I love you.
I love
I love
that.
you. Why you don't have to do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That does not need to be in this movie, but it shows like they really do love each other.
Yes.
This is just how they grew up, just like fighting each other and hating. And
It reminds me of me and my brother, where it's just like we, can be contentious, but it's a funny contentious.
Yeah.
You know, like we don't actually mean it.
here's some cookie.
Yeah,
Love you.
I love it so much.
Yeah, I love the fact that they go from after his injury, and Jamie sends the basket, and he's like X's and O's. He's like, Mom puts that on my cards, bro. And then like he like slaps him, and then like he's like down into the couch, and he just smashes it, curb stomps his ass into the couch again, and then walks away just sniffing the candle like. And then you go to and then you go to this where it's like, oh, Mom, great job on the cookies. Okay, I'll be back in an hour. And he's like, he brought a cookie for Chris.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or maybe it was for Samantha James.
No,
but
no.
he brought that cookie for Chris, and it's like, it's my favorite thing. He's like, if she wakes up, tell her I'm going to meet Bono. You're going to meet Bono? I want to come. No, you demented void. He's like, it's just a lie. He's like, I'm just going. He says, if she wakes up, just tell her. He's like, fine. I love you too. Hands him cookie. It's the chemistry, man.
Yeah.
Like the chemistry, it does exist in this movie throughout the whole thing, not just where you expect it to be.
Yeah.
And that's the depth of like, it's not a Hallmark movie.
The only thing here is like Anna Faris does kind of dip down in her reoccurrence. Obviously, we love when she's on screen, but like even like the open mic thing where it's like it says open mic and then
Metal night.
death metal.
Yeah, formerly
Open mic night.
formerly the coffee shop or the coffee whatever it is. But now it's the metal shop.
Take off your shirt.
Underrated thing too, where she's like all drugged up because she fell off.
Oh my God.
Where she's eating toothpaste and she's like, blueberry.
I'm a bubble.
Look at her. She's fine. She's got her toothpaste.
Chris, little problem. How many does he say that like 5 times in this movie?
Little problem.
When Samantha shows up to this, first of all, the Christmas party where Dusty Dinkelman's fingers are magic.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I mean, he is tearing this. Chris is right. He's tearing this party apart. Like he's got everyone in the palm of
I
their
did
hands.
appreciate it was proper use of a double neck.
Yeah.
Or is that later?
No, he
I was
does
about
the
to say
Christmas song and then he pulls out the other song
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah.
Jamie Smiles.
And he even does a tap on it.
Ordinary. And then he switches to the 12 string.
Girl. There is a point where it kind of pisses me off because you see a lot of him just doing like wrist.
Yes.
He's not a guitar player.
Like that's it. But like other than that, you're 100% right.
But the way he's playing it up, the way he's performing, like being just like a like cringy song. You know, he's like, and Jamie smiles, like really hamming it up.
I got rid of my stammer.
Yeah, I got rid of my stammer. And face cleared up. But I
But-
still play a mean guitar.
I do want to clear something up. And maybe you guys found some better details. There's a lot of notes, and all the time, IMDb's not always right in our notes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
There's a lot of people that say that Jamie Smiles was taken from a song that someone wrote called Savannah Smiles.
Right.
Okay.
Did anyone listen to Savannah Smiles?
No.
I did not.
There's no correlation.
Mm.
There's nothing there. It does not sound the same. It's not the same lyrics. So I mean, maybe they just took the name and changed it to Jamie Smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love if someone could deep dive into that because I have no clue where people are getting this
Yeah,
information from.
the writer Tex Davis got credit for that song, and
Yeah, so there's no.
like he just wrote it, you know, and I'm sure maybe he saw something, maybe he didn't, but still, like it's
Yeah.
like you said, the other song's super fucking catchy.
Yeah. Yeah.
To play that in front of the entire house.
You don't do that.
It's
Yeah, I don't-
gross.
You don't do
it's
that.
in front, and it's like it's not even like you're not even dating.
By the way, they just met each other again for the first time yesterday.
Yeah.
Like
In the
they
small
knew each
town
other
they
in
live
high
in.
school, and then they had not seen each other in 10 years.
Yeah.
That's like we need to get this guy out of our house. He's been writing this song for 10 years.
He's gotta go.
He's got to go.
It's like he tried to play this on graduation party night.
Wait, hold on. I can get it.
And by the way, if we want to talk about good guitar skills acting, that's probably the best guitar acting as somebody who doesn't quite know how to play guitar. But then like because they do like you'll do like the knee
Wait.
up to like kind of show yourself the fretboard, and
You're right.
you're like when Jamie. God, hang on. He's just
We've
like-
all been there. Learn "Crash Into Me" by Dave Matthews Band. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on.
Yeah.
I got.
yeah,
God damn it! I
Come on,
did it fine
Dusty.
yesterday.
Come on, Dusty. Oh, Dusty.
Guys, we talk about it a lot. It happens in a lot of movies. This one spoke to me when Savannah shows up and ruins the Christmas party. Mentos commercial.
Oh,
Savannah?
yeah. Samantha.
sorry.
Samantha.
When Samantha smiles. Okay?
Yes, yes.
When Samantha shows up
Yes.
and ruins this Christmas party, this is a Mentos commercial. Duck, little problem.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
It's fantastic.
It just cruises right through.
I'm always a fan of
Yeah.
like chaos going
Yes.
on while Christmas music is playing.
Yes.
I am a sucker for that in every single movie.
It's the easiest juxtaposition
Yes.
to incorporate, but somehow it will always work.
It will always play.
And I
Great
love
way
it
to put it, yeah.
so much. And she just tears through that, almost starts a fight with somebody. I mean, she goes
She's-
straight
you're
up
the
Jersey Shore.
You're the slut
Like-
that's been sleeping with my man. Ooh, this is grandma.
Yeah,
Not you.
not you, Wrinkles.
It's great. Sean's absolutely right. Like the writing of this is underrated.
It's
I
kind of
think.
is. I failed to look up what the guy did after this,
Yeah.
but this is good.
Yeah.
it's simple fun.
Well, you want to finish it? Last scene.
Let's do
Are
it.
we there?
Last scene, the next morning, he gets in a public fight with Dusty and tries to leave town for good, but ends up making a fool of himself one more time at the bar after outing Dusty's evil plans. Chris returns to LA to find Samantha at his house. He decides to fly back to New Jersey and makes up with Jamie for good. This might be the best part. This might be the best Dusty Dinkelman moment for me. It's when he's in the church.
Oh God.
And he pops. You want to join me in a carol celebrating the birth of our Lord?
The birth of our Lord.
Would
He
you guys
knows
like to
exactly
join
what he's
us in
doing.
Carol to celebrate the birth of our Lord? Fucking asshole, dude. I hate him.
He knows what he's doing, man.
I would like to say before this when they potentially hook up or they're
Yes,
they,
yes.
she puts herself out there for him. Like even that where there's like agency involved on both parties where it's just like he hasn't said what he needs to say yet, you know, and so that's why he doesn't want to fuck her. I can see that, you know, like I guess that could come after, but come.
Pun?
We had such a great episode.
We had it's going so well.
So
was.
sorry. I'm so sorry. No, but like you know what I mean? Like
I do know
like,
what you mean.
It wasn't the moment that they
Yeah.
needed.
Exactly. And I appreciate that they kind of added that in, and it makes me like her character even more. Where this character could just be the love interest, the fuck, you know, the fuck interest, basically.
The fuck interest. Jesus.
She's way more than that, and I appreciate that about it.
Yeah, they take it just one step further, where this is the time you're gonna have sex with Jamie Palomino.
Yes.
and it's just like, what are you doing? Where are you going? You don't deserve a penis.
You don't deserve a penis. I love that.
Just everything about it, and it's this is maybe as awkward as the body shake.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think this is
Yeah.
up there, man. So
Did the whole my feet are cold move?
Mhm.
You
I'm
know,
gonna
I've-
try that.
I've
I'm gonna try
never-
that tonight.
I've never
Yeah.
had
My
that.
feet are cold.
Yeah.
yeah, I like that he's confiding in Clark and she's talking to
That's pretty
Darla, and they're kind of doing the back and forth, and they
It's my only. I'm sorry. It's my only like negative about like maybe the script writing, and I get it because it's convenient. Like that he's the dentist. He gets his teeth knocked out. He goes to him. He
Right.
confides in him, but like he says, hasn't seen him in 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's just Clark is almost kind of a context giver. What's the
like exposition.
Yes, thank you. He's the exposition dump. you know.
Okay.
And
What do you mean? What are you thinking
I
right
guess
now?
I guess we kind of need that, but like
Yeah.
he's fun to watch, so
It
I
works.
give it a pass. Yeah.
I do think it's funny that he's a dentist and he's drinking a Coke in his own office. I think that's kind of a funny
Well,
thing.
I mean, Chris's teeth are much better than Clark's are.
Yeah,
if you
that's
think
fair.
about it.
That's a
so
good point.
Very
yeah.
true.
No big deal.
We still get some. We had some great lines up to this point. He skis in his jeans.
Oh,
He's
God,
Jersey. I think that him going back. He goes back, right? Well, I guess we got to have it out with Dusty one last time in the Maple.
In the bar, yeah. So
Right.
So he's trying to get out of town. So long, Sucktown. He
Sucked down.
gets thrown off the bus right in front of the Maple,
Mhm.
conveniently. And this is bad because he's mad at himself for not having done what he needed to do. And like, I didn't get the girl again. I was in the friend zone. And he's been drinking. Took that bottle of tequila with him and was hanging out with Tim at the bus stop.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this is bad news because he does out Dusty's evil plan. We're just friends. Hopefully not for long. What'd you
Yeah.
say?
Wait,
So
what?
like, yeah, wait, what?
Wait, what?
So he outs that, but then he's still well, first of all, Chris
Mhm.
Klein, when he I'm mobile, and he does. He kisses the girl and goes, like, that's so. No one. I mean, like anyone else could have done that. And I'm like, that's terrible acting.
When he's in the church, especially, and he's like, like it reminded me of what's his name from Stranger Things.
Yes, it does.
Eddie Munson.
Yes.
Basically, I get that vibe too.
Yeah.
That's weird, right?
I don't know why.
I'm glad you thought that.
It's just a,
Yeah.
he just those moments for him. It's like what are you trying to do? I'm trying to have a concert for children.
His plan is working perfectly.
A concert for children.
Yeah, I like the
Dusty Lee.
his
other way?
outrance is beautiful.
I'm gonna miss him.
I'm gonna miss him.
But he's at like this would be the moment we got rid of Dusty Lee, but like it's not gonna work out because he's drunk and he does that. You know, like I practically threw myself at you, and he's like, "Well, now you know how I felt."
How it feels. And he mic drops.
He
Literally.
mic drops, yeah.
What do you think about that? What do you think about?
He didn't, but that's not what happened. Like it sucks because he
'Cause it
didn't
sucks
do
'cause
that on
he's-
purpose.
Yeah, it sucks.
He didn't do that on purpose, but he's using that as a way to be like, "Yeah, I did that on purpose to make you feel that way."
Oh,
Yeah.
well, is that the way it's always been? Huh?
See,
The guy, if it was the other way around, huh? Right, guys?
there's two sides to
There's two sides
every
to every
door.
to every Rubik's cube.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
no, but I was
Yeah.
saying, like, we talked about it kind of in the beginning.
Yeah.
Of the idea of like, well, if it's the guy who says, "Ooh, my feet are cold. Can you put your feet on mine?" and doing that kind of stuff, but the girl's not trying to do that, or
Yeah.
maybe it wasn't the right moment for the girl and the guy, whatever, and now it's the flip flop. But he did in fact, although it wasn't malicious at the time, he did make it malicious, right?
Yes, he turned
Yeah.
it into that.
That's what you're saying.
to make him look better.
Yes.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
He's
Yeah, now you
blaming
know how it
her.
feels.
Yeah.
Blaming her for his sexual frustration.
Yes.
basically,
I see. Yes.
which is
Yes.
lame.
Sean, I got to ask you what the technical term is for this, because now that I've learned so much from you,
Hey,
being our
thanks, man.
technical guy, when he gets back to LA and he sits down and he notices Samantha's guitar, the zoom in fade away thing.
Yeah,
What is that called? Where
I don't
it,
know
like,
what it's called.
where it makes the background like go
Yeah.
away, but it comes on his face.
Yeah, you
It's
can-
almost like a Kubrick.
you can do
zoom.
it. Yeah, it's Hitchcock. uses it a
Hitchcock
lot.
zoom. Sorry. Yeah.
It's
you,
really
you
good.
can do it either way. You can pull in and zoom out at the same time, or you can pull out and zoom in, or whatever. Yeah,
It's a really
it's
cool
a
shot.
great tool.
because he's like, oh no, as he pops up.
It's because his look is in perfect time with it, and he's just like,
Yeah.
as it zooms and hits him, and this idea that she's there like baking cookies
Yes.
or something.
It may as well be on a Dutch angle as well. You know?
Yeah, oven, and the
That's right.
but and then she comes back around and she's like, I figured out it's not really a love song. It's like she just turns it to like minor.
Yeah.
The song or whatever.
Yeah.
Forgiveness.
It's more than saying sorry. What?
There was another ending to this
There
movie, I
was,
guess.
yeah.
Is that right? And it was mostly about like him kind of trying to get through it, like almost sleep his way through it, or get rebound off of it.
Ends up with like 3 different women.
Yeah.
But then ends up like confiding in them
Right.
instead of fucking them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so now he's ruined. Like
Yeah.
his
Right.
confidence is done.
He
He's
can
ruined.
he can't do this, fake relationship, one night stand life or whatever, because these 3 like beautiful, they were supposed to be like models, like whoever,
Right.
like they were famous models at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know their names, but
Abercrombie models.
you got
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Hollister.
Rachel Abercrombie.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Jennifer Hollister.
Jennifer Hollister.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I think it's Victoria's Secret.
No, Megan, American Eagle.
Oh yes,
Yep,
that's right.
yep.
Yes, Vicky
Vicky
Secrets.
God damn it.
We are good.
Damn
we
it.
are awesome. I hope you're still listening.
Ooh, I think Victoria just told me your secret. No, but that was like the alternate, right?
Do you like that compared to what happened here?
No, you needed to round up, because I also don't think it ever talked about him going back, or maybe
No,
did
he
it?
never went back.
In that one, he
went
never
home
went back.
and never went back.
And like I think if you're gonna have this movie, and you have to have the payoff of them reconciling.
Yeah.
I love the payoff. I think it's an incredible moment. I think
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds completely sells it the way he says it. As I want to take you on a date, on a real date. And I don't care if it's lunch. I just want to take you on a real date.
Throwing his rules.
His rules
Yeah.
are out.
just to
I don't
the
wanna have
wayside.
babies with you.
The
and
way
all.
the way he delivers the line, "I love you, Jamie." I
Yeah.
always have. That sticks with me
Yep.
for some reason,
Yeah.
and it seems very, very genuine, and it's a very, very good performance by him in that moment. For some reason, man, I think about that line a lot, and that just the delivery of it.
Yeah.
It means something to me.
Sorry.
For as much as I do love like that ending, though, like I don't necessarily like that they end it the way they did, though, where it's to the
post
neighborhood-
credits?
The neighborhood. No,
The kids.
no, hold on.
Okay.
That was the first ending. The second ending is the kids now, like where they're like,
Yeah.
oh, the friend zone
Oh,
is continuing.
yeah.
Like I'm like,
Fuck off.
I don't like that.
Get this out of here.
It's like it's continuing the it's like
One
through the
guy
ge-
broke out of the friend zone, but this guy's stuck there.
through the generations.
Yeah.
It's like
Girls suck.
Yeah.
Let us in, girls. Sorry, that's not what I meant. That was a joke.
Yeah, and it's like, oh,
Satire.
we didn't make this kid fat, but we gave him glasses and kind of a weird haircut.
Yeah,
So,
he sucks.
So now he looks a little different from Joey or whoever.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, let's make him kind of maybe he'll be a little awkward looking or something. And you're right. I don't love that they did that. Hey, you want my last cookie and a bite of my, I don't know.
But the third ending is the ending I'm here for.
Yes.
Did you stick around for the whole?
I didn't wait for the
credits?
whole thing.
Oh,
So
I
it plays
swear.
the whole I swear.
Yeah.
The whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking
whole
about?
thing, and then I think his brother is fucking with him, and he's like, "Mike."
Yeah.
Goes off
He does-
screen, and then it's the entirety of Anna Faris's. I forget which song it is.
What?
I think it's Forgiveness.
She does the full song.
Full Forgiveness, and like there's
Oh.
it's like a movie edit of it where there's
Got
like lines from the movie interspersed in the song.
I've seen it. I think I've seen this one time. I did not see it upon our rewatches.
Gotcha.
But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun
Yeah.
to stick around.
Yeah.
He's so like my favorite part of him singing that song because he's incredible at that is for the final time through the better worse better that do us part, like the callback. Yeah, the callback singing is absolutely like fucking pure genius.
And so we haven't really talked about the Christmas aspect of this movie.
True.
I just think it's, it doesn't matter. If it takes place on Christmas, it's a Christmas movie.
Yep.
And this happens to be a romantic comedy that does.
Yeah. And he even says I think one of the first lines for him when it's present day in the movie is, wow, dumped 4 days before Christmas. Technically you're an accessory to that. And they're building for the holidays, they're setting up lights and they're doing all that. I think it's a wonderful Christmas movie, and yeah, there's enough aspect of it to call it such.
It's an entry level Christmas movie. It's not
Yeah.
one you're gonna watch on like Christmas Eve, but it's like December 1st. We're starting to get in the mood. This is a great Christmas movie.
Is it
to
a
put on.
Miracle on 34th Street? No, not at all.
No.
But it's fun as fuck.
Yeah.
Totally,
Hell yeah.
totally.
Well, boys, we stripped away all the nostalgia. We have dissected this with a modern eye. It's time to give us our modern day ratings. AJ, what do you got on this one, man?
I still revisit this around this time of year, every single year. I don't have any. I don't have any complaints at this point about this movie. It's a comfort movie.
Mhm.
It's not a Christmas movie for me. It's a comfort Christmas movie. Like you say, it's getting into the holiday spirit. It's finally here. It's we get to roll up to Christmas. And I every single time I put this on, at this point I can jump in and out of the movie and I can understand it, and I think the jokes are funny, and I don't think that there's a moment of this movie that really gets incredibly boring, right? Even the small moments that they try to incorporate of like deep thought or moments of sincere like romance, they still bottle it up with a messed up kiss. Sorry,
Yeah.
just like 10 years of just wow,
Yeah, yeah.
Or him contemplating and driving down the road. It's like, this is a Pontiac Grand Prix. You guys are so serious. Like, those are the things that I think just keep you locked into this movie. That being said, I can't believe I'm going to do this. this movie for me nowadays is it just rang in my head, and I have to give it a 9.1.
Wow, man.
Whoa!
Holy
It
shit.
just hit me. I was going 8.9, but I was like, I think it's better.
If you're making I'll jump in front of you. If you're making
That's
your rating based on rewatchability,
Yeah.
this is completely a
Yeah.
9 or higher.
Yeah.
This is one of the most rewatchable movies you
Yeah.
could do. It never gets old. It's
Right.
always funny. But that's not how I do my ratings. I think that's an important part of it. I think it's better than a lot of the movies we have done.
Yeah.
It's one of the best rom-com. If you're going to talk rom-com, I think we even did top 5 rom-coms, didn't we? I think this
It was
was
probably on his list.
it was
I
on
think.
one. It was on one of our
ours.
lists for sure. We tried not to duplicate anything.
Yeah.
But there are. If you think of a few rom-coms, this is a top 5 for me. But like in the grand scheme of movies, like it's still not like for me. So
It doesn't have a poster up here.
yeah, it
Right.
does. Yeah, right. So I'm still a very respectable 6.49.
6.49.
Sean, what about you, man?
My goodness.
Can you tell me real quick,
I can
or
tell
can
you
you
whatever
can
you
you
need. I
can
can
you
tell you
look
whatever
up
you want, Sean.
Can you look up Wedding Singer rating
On
for
what
me?
you gave it?
Yeah.
I did. I had to look at my Wedding Singer
Really?
rating. Exactly.
I don't know. It's very comparable, man.
You gave it a 7.5.
7.5. This movie is extremely charming and it's super fucking funny. I watched it this morning for the 3rd time, I think, and just couldn't get enough of it. Even like I knew the line, I knew the things were coming, and even knowing the things that are coming makes you laugh because you're anticipating it, and then when they come, you're like, it makes you laugh even more. All the performances are good. Anna Faris's best role. Without her, this movie would not be as good at all.
Take Ryan Reynolds and Anna Faris out, and this is just a shitty ass Hallmark movie.
It is. You're right. I think the writing is a little underrated.
Yeah.
I
do.
really believe
Yeah.
so. The comedy writing is pretty underrated for me. Even the direction, set pieces, the destruction of the Christmas thing. I think it's a fucking great. And you know what? I have to admit that I went into this movie a little bit curmudgeonly because it's so dated. A little bit 2005. There's some words that
It's
I
a
don't
rough
really like.
period.
There's
Pop culture.
It's mostly caught in the pants.
Yes.
If you can pinpoint the early 2000s by the pants selection.
Yes.
Skirts, pants, a lot of flare jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of low rise.
So sorry. What did I give Wedding Singer?
7.5.
7.5. Yeah. This movie is a 6.5 for me.
Oh my god.
I
my god.
think it's extremely enjoyable and I love
Oh,
it.
It's
my
AJ. We've all been there before this,
Yeah.
and that takes us to a 7.36.
Bring it.
Which is extremely respectable. 7.36 will take us for our modern day ratings just below Fast Times at Ridgemont High, just above the Santa Claus.
Good.
Wow.
That's all I wanted.
You wanted this to
I
Wow.
wanted this to beat the Santa
Okay.
Claus.
That's all you wanted?
Yep.
Okay.
No,
Well-
I love. So like for me and Mike, I love that it's 9 for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
it
love
needs
that.
to be that. It
Yes.
needs to, I wanted you to be a 9 so that I could stay where I was,
And
but still give this a high rating.
All of the sentiments I agree with, but
Yeah.
yeah, like as just it's just movie talk.
I get it. I get it.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you're getting in the holiday spirit. Thanks for being here. Next week, we got another great holiday movie voted directly by our Patreon members. Elf is the winner.
Wow.
We're sticking in the early 2000s for that
You
Christmas.
guys, come on.
I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that movie.
I think we will.
And we're going to follow that up with a special bonus episode for the month of December. We're going to do top 5 winter movies, which I think we've almost done every season at this point.
Yeah.
Spring, fuck spring movies.
No, we don't need spring.
No, nobody cares about spring.
There's a
but-
movie called Spring. Go watch
yeah,
that.
whatever. And after that, finally, we're going to end the year with Dumb and Dumber.
We're
has
doing it.
to happen, and it's going to happen.
Wow.
And if you're new to the podcast, go back this time last year. We did National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
There it is.
Great episode. And
Chevy
2
Chase
years.
sucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going to. Spoilers. You may not like us if you really love Chevy Chase and think that Clark Griswold's a great guy.
Yeah.
And then 2 years before that. Yeah, you go back.
Christmas vacation. Come on, Mike. Christmas vacation. Okay, never mind.
You go back 2 years before that into December in the late 2020s. We had Santa Claus and Home Alone. Those are all great holiday episodes if you
Please.
want to get into it.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we have a voicemail. Call us at 319-804-9596.
96.
Leave us some feedback like today's caller.
Hey guys, this is Jason from Central Florida, also known as Spaceballs, the username.
All right,
Oh.
nice.
I was just going over one of your older episodes, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle episode. It's a great episode, by the way. Anyways, at the beginning, Mike was talking about how if they got 50 views that he would show some kind of MC Hammer dance he did in 2nd grade. I think we're still waiting. Secondly, this is not so much as a movie
Called out.
review, but a movie suggestion if you guys have seen it. If not, you really need to watch it. It's a movie called The Forbidden Zone, made back in 1980. It's a very bizarre film, but the only people that you may know in it is Danny Elfman, who plays the devil and does most of the music in the film,
Okay.
and there's also Javier Valaches, who also played Tattoo in Fantasy Island. I really suggest watching it. You're just going to think, what the fuck? But yeah,
I
anyway,
like thinking that.
check it out, guys. Love you. I'm going to keep listening. Bye.
Thanks, man.
Rock and
I
roll.
was really hoping nobody would remind me of that. I do need to find that. It's somewhere. My parents probably have it. I will, over the holidays, I will try to locate the video of me lip syncing MC Hammer at a talent contest in 2nd grade.
I have a talent contest here. We'll come up with another solution for this.
Okay.
Okay. Another like, well, 50 views or whatever it is, 50 listens. Was that what it was?
I don't even know.
Either way, we blew it out of the water.
I hope 50 people like this podcast.
Pray to God.
Fuck. Damn it.
And my friend and I, we did a full rendition of Wham's Jitterbug at a talent show. So we'll come up with something. I'll try to find it. I don't know if
We'll
it
call it
exists still.
Embarrassing January is what we'll
You
call
can.
Nice.
I'll put up my first short film.
Okay.
it. Done.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Pig
I'm
Pandemonium.
stoked.
I'll put it up. Or,
Hell
like,
yeah.
let you guys know where you can find it. I guess.
Well, everybody, thanks for being
Sorry,
here.
one more.
Oh, yeah.
This is Forbidden Zone. This looks fucking crazy.
Jesus. I'm
That's
in.
Danny Elfman?
I'll take a look.
I guess.
If he did the music, I'm already there.
Yeah,
so.
we're there.
Yeah.
When you get before we get going here, check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/confusedbreakfast. That's one of the best ways you can support this show. Share some episodes, AJ.
Guys, you got to be leaving us a review. 5 stars. 5 stars on Spotify, 5 stars on Apple. Leave us that review. Write us a review so we can read them. We love reading them. It just makes our day when we get to read them. And find us anywhere on social media, at Confused Breakfast, just about anywhere on social media, at Confused Breakfast.
ConfusedBreakfast.com. You can get some of our merch. You can get some Confused Breakfast shirts with our logo on it. You can get some sayings like Pryor and Sons. You can also go to that same damn website and see our ratings. See our. We're going to be putting out a top 10 list here soon of our individual top 10 and our show top 10. So look out for that.
This show is produced by LAS Media Group here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Thank you, Craig, for manning the controls, making us look good. Check
Cheers.
out more about those guys, lasmediagroup.com. We're the fuck out.
Wow. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So long, Sucktown.
I'm mobile.
I'm mobile. I'm pulling out.